Nobody wanted Grandma except me because of the love she showed me when I was little. They called her Crazy Etta behind her back, but to me, she was just Grandma. Etta Mae Johnson, my savior. When my parents died in a car accident, leaving me orphaned at the tender age of 7, it was Grandma who opened her arms and her home to me. While my city cousins whispered about that poor country cousin, Grandma made me feel like I belonged. Grandma wasn't just anyone. She was a self-made woman, a force to be reckoned with. She built a real estate empire from the ground up, flipping houses, developing land, and making shrewd investments. She was sharp, savvy, and feared by many. But when I came to live with her, I saw a different side of Grandma, a soft side. She taught me how to bake her famous sweet potato pie, how to sew a button, and how to stand up for myself. She told me stories about our family history, about the strength and resilience of Black women in the face of adversity. Those were the happiest years of my life. But as I grew older, I yearned for something more. I wanted to experience the city, to chase my dreams. So, at 18, I packed my bags and left for Atlanta, promising to visit Grandma as often as I could. Life in the city was exciting, challenging, and fast-paced. I worked hard, built a career, and made a life for myself. But I always carried a piece of Grandma in my heart, a reminder of the love and security she had given me. Years passed. I received occasional phone calls from my cousins, updating me on Grandma's health. They weren't good. Her business had suffered, her memory was fading, and her once powerful body was growing frail. "She's becoming difficult, Sierra," my cousin David said, his voice laced with exasperation. "She's always complaining, always demanding attention. Nobody wants to deal with her anymore." His words stung. Nobody wanted to deal with Grandma? The woman who had given me everything? The woman who had loved me unconditionally? I couldn't let her suffer alone. I had to go back. So, I quit my job, packed my bags, and boarded a bus for the small town of Harmony, Georgia. I was going home to take care of Grandma. When I arrived at Grandma's house, I was shocked by what I saw. The once grand Victorian was now faded and neglected. The porch sagged, the paint peeled, and the yard was overgrown with weeds. Grandma was a shadow of her former self. She was thin, frail, and confused. She didn't recognize me at first, staring at me with vacant eyes. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice raspy and weak. "It's me, Grandma," I said, taking her hand. "It's Sierra." A flicker of recognition crossed her face, but it quickly faded. "Sierra?" she mumbled. "Little Sierra? You're all grown up now." I moved into Grandma's house, determined to make her comfortable and happy. I cooked her favorite meals, bathed her, dressed her, and took her for walks in the garden. I listened to her rambling stories, her nonsensical ramblings, and her complaints about her aching joints. My cousins visited occasionally, offering half-hearted assistance and thinly veiled criticisms. "You're wasting your time, Sierra," Carol said, shaking her head. "She doesn't even know who you are. She's just going to die anyway." Her words cut me to the core. I knew Grandma was old and frail, but I refused to believe that she was beyond help. "I'm not doing this for her, Carol," I said, my voice firm. "I'm doing it for me. I owe her everything." As I cared for Grandma, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She was always watching me, her eyes narrowed, her expression unreadable. Sometimes she would mutter things under her breath, things that made no sense. "She's testing you," my Aunt Sharon said, when I confided in her. "Your grandma always had a way of testing people. She wants to see if you're worthy of her love, her money, her legacy." Her words gave me pause. Was it possible that Grandma was faking her illness, putting on an act to see who would truly care for her? I dismissed the thought as ridiculous. Grandma was too old, too frail, to be playing games, but the seed of doubt had been planted. One morning, I found Grandma slumped over in her chair, her breathing shallow, her skin pale. I called 911, but it was too late. Grandma was gone. The news of her death spread quickly through the family. My cousins descended upon the house like vultures, eager to claim their inheritance. The will reading was a tense affair. The lawyer, a stern-faced woman named Ms. Evans, read the document aloud, outlining Grandma's wishes. "To my beloved granddaughter, Sierra Jones," she read, "I leave my house, my land, my stocks, my bonds, and all my worldly possessions." A collective gasp filled the room. My cousins stared at me in disbelief, their faces contorted with anger and resentment. "That's not fair," David shouted, his face turning red. "We're her children. We deserve the inheritance." "Your mother made her wishes clear," Miss Evans said, her voice calm but firm. "She chose to leave her estate to Sierra." My cousins erupted in protest, accusing me of manipulating Grandma, of taking advantage of her frail condition. They vowed to contest the will, to take me to court, to fight for what they believed was rightfully theirs. As the lawyer finished reading, Grandma had given a message. "You better not change anything from this agreement. If you do, something bad would happen." But I knew that's not all there is. She knew this all along. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, Miss Evans handed me a small, tarnished key and a sealed envelope. "Your grandmother instructed me to give these to you," she said, her eyes filled with understanding. "She said you would know what to do with them." I took the key and the envelope, my heart pounding in my chest. What secrets did Grandma hold? What mysteries was she entrusting to me? That night, after everyone had left, I opened the envelope. Inside, I found a handwritten letter from Grandma. "My dearest Sierra," she wrote, "if you're reading this, it means I'm gone. I'm sorry to leave you with this mess, but I had to know who truly loved me, who would care for me in my old age. Your cousins failed the test. They only wanted my money, my possessions. They didn't care about me, about my happiness, about my well-being. You, on the other hand, proved your loyalty, your compassion, and your unwavering love. You came back to me, not for the money, but because you cared. For that, I am eternally grateful. I know that your cousins will try to contest the will, to take what is rightfully yours, but don't worry, I've taken precautions. Use the key to open the safe deposit box at the First National Bank. Inside, you'll find a document that will protect you from their greed. And be careful, Sierra. Your cousins are desperate. They may try to hurt you. Trust no one." The letter ended with a P.S. Remember to look for a man named Jones. I did as Grandma instructed. I went to the First National Bank and opened the safe deposit box. Inside, I found a single sheet of paper. On it was written a message. "Go look for Jones and ask him. The will can be changed in 24 hours. I was confused, but I knew I had to act fast. Who was Jones? And what did he have to do with my inheritance? My relatives kept chasing me. My house was broken. My tires were slashed. This time, this is war. I asked people of my community. I had a name. It was Daniel Jones. I drove to his house and showed him the letter. Daniel and I followed the clues Grandma left, deciphering riddles and evading my cousin's increasingly desperate attempts to stop us. We finally found the hidden document, a legally binding addendum to the will, stating that whoever provided loving care to Grandma in her final years would inherit everything, and that any attempt to contest it would result in complete disinheritance. My cousins were out of luck, but the victory was bittersweet. Daniel, though strong in spirit, was already advanced in years. The stress of the chase, the constant fear took its toll on him. Daniel passed away peacefully a few years later in his sleep. I was heartbroken, but I knew he had lived a full life, filled with adventure and purpose. He had been a true friend, a protector and a guide, helping me uncover Grandma's secrets and claim my rightful inheritance. After Daniel's death, I felt a pull back to the city, back to the life I had left behind. I sold Grandma's house, using the money to establish a foundation in her name, providing care and support to elderly people in need. It was a way of honoring her memory, of giving back to the community that had given me so much. I moved back to Chicago, reunited with my friends, and started a new chapter in my life. I found a new love, a man who appreciated my strength, my compassion, and my unwavering loyalty. We built a life together, filled with laughter, adventure, and a shared commitment to making the world a better place. Looking back on my journey, I realized that Grandma had given me more than just an inheritance. She had given me a purpose, a sense of identity, and a profound understanding of what truly mattered in life. She taught me the enduring power of family, the importance of loyalty, and the strength to stand up for what's right, even when it's difficult. Even though I lost my parents at a young age, Grandma had filled my life with love and support, and that's something I carry with me every single day. And though she was gone, her spirit lived on, guiding me, protecting me, and inspiring me to be the best version of myself. But even now, years later, people still talk. Some say I was greedy, that I should have shared the inheritance with my cousins, despite their neglect and their attempts to take it all. They argue that blood is thicker than water, and that I should have put aside my resentment and done what was right for the family. But I ask you, was I wrong to use the money to create the foundation, to honor Grandma's memory in a way that would benefit countless others? Or should I have given in to the pressure and shared the wealth with those who had never truly cared for her? Grandma, thank you. You always knew what was best for me, but I'm curious to know what you think. Leave a comment below and let me know. Was I justified in my decision, or should I have shared the inheritance with my family?